Om Shanti. Good morning. Is my voice coming through?
Yes, yes.
You hope you had a nice Amrit Vela. Today we are reading the Murli from March 31st of 19th. So Baba is cautioning us and also guiding us in a direction um, of self progress, but also what actually look for in the self progress. And very interestingly, Baba connects these two aspects of having mercy and behad ka vairag, the renunciation, the tyag, vairag, that attitude of disinterest, and how it is all connected. How do we know we have a vairag or not? Baba points a couple of things to look for. Um, so we'll see in detail how Baba is guiding us into this journey. Baba says, become merciful and have an attitude of unlimited vairag. And Baba have a spin to this mercy. Mercy for not only for the others, but mercy for the self, for not having vairag. So it's a nice Murli where Baba is bringing our attention to. Today, loveful and merciful Bapdada is seeing his children who are equal to him. Merciful and loveful Baba is seeing his children who are equal to him. Today, Bapdada was seeing the children of the whole world who do not know the Father. Although they do not know him, they are still his children. Loveful and merciful Bapdada is seeing all his children, even those who don't know him. When in the form of Bapdada, he saw the children, what did he experience? That at present, the majority of the souls, from time to time, due to one reason or another, knowingly or unknowingly, need mercy and compassion. And that because of this need, they continue to remember the merciful Baba. So, according to the need, in all four directions, they are calling out for drishti filled mercy. Rahim dil drishti. Firstly, because there isn't a balance between their man or buddhi, intellect and mind, due to various problems, they continue to call out with a lot of sorrow and out of desperation to the merciful Father or to those in whom they believe for mercy. Because of not knowing the Father, those ignorant souls call out to the founders of their religion, to the gurus, or to their special deities, considering them to be merciful. However, all of you know that at present, mercy cannot be received from anyone except the one Father, the Supreme Soul. Even if Baba makes any special deity or elevated soul an instrument in order to fulfill the desires of those souls, or in order to give them the reward of their pure feeling, bhavna? The bestower is only one. This is why, according to the present time, the merciful Father is telling you children, cooperative companion arms of Baba are you, Brahmins, children. So, by being given what they need, they become very happy. So, have you become Master Merciful? They are your brothers and sisters. Whether they are real ones or step ones, they are still part of the family. Therefore, become merciful for Agyani, ignorant, distressful souls belonging to your family. Mercy should be from your heart. Mercy is also needed for the unknown souls of the world. Together with that, a merciful heart is needed for an intense speed of effort and for self programs of the Brahmin family. When you become merciful for yourself, for there to be self progress, you, the merciful soul, constantly and naturally have the vairag, बेहद का vairag vritti, have the vritti, the attitude of unlimited disinterest. There should be mercy for the self. I am that same soul who belong to the highest on high Father. And I have that same aim of becoming equal to the Father. According to this, if there is any weakness in the original elevated, natural, original elevated nature and sanskaras, then the mercy in your heart will enable you to have disinterest in weakness. Just want to give a pause here and just reflect on what did Baba said so far. Baba is talking about the mercy, and especially mercy for those who are unhappy and those who are going through tough time. What do? They call out in desperation for their founders, religious founders, for their gurus, or for Ishta Devtas. But Baba is calling out, pointing out that only one Baba can be merciful. And at the same time, Baba says that even if Baba can make somebody else an instrument to fulfill the desires of the people, they still will feel, uh, they still cannot experience that mercy because only bestower for everyone is only one Baba. And Baba is also pointing out, uh, we, Baba's children, who are cooperative hands of Baba, the Brahmin family, Brahmin children. So if we are cooperating with Baba, so we have to cooperate also in this task of having mercy. And by having mercy means give what they need, make them happy. So Baba is telling you are Master Merciful, asking us to become Master Merciful. And then Baba is bringing our attention to not only them, also have mercy for yourself, mercy for the Brahmin family, mercy for yourself for the self progress, and mercy for the whole world. There should be mercy for the self. I am that same soul who belong to the highest on high Father, and I have the same aim and become equal to Baba. According to this, if there is any weakness in the original elevated nature, Swabhava Sanskaras, of original Swabhava Sanskara, then the mercy in your heart will enable you to have disinterest in the weakness. So within this, Baba is asking us to, separate ourselves, to identify ourselves with that part within us, who is Baba's child, and then look back at yourself, look back at our own weaknesses, and have mercy and let go of that weakness. So be Sakshi to our own self and then have mercy on that weaker part and then move forward. So Baba goes forward. Baba was having spiritual chit chat today, saying that all the children are very clever in knowledge. Gyan, yes. You have become embodiment of points. All the knowledge, all the models, you have all the information, embodiment of points. But there are points for knowing each weaknesses. You know what should happen, what you should not do, and you know that you have to become an embodiment of a point. You become embodiment of points, but you should become an embodiment of a point. However, you do not know how to apply the point of full stop to whatever wasteful things you saw or heard or that were done by you. Put a full stop to whatever you heard, saw, did by you. You have the points, but what is especially needed for becoming an embodiment of point? Mercy for the self and mercy for the others. So forgive self and forgive others. Whatever is done by you, forgive yourself. Whatever is done by others, forgive others, so that you move on, so that you can become a point. Otherwise, we'll be in a spin. On the path of devotion, too, you must have seen the true devotees. Or you yourself may have been a true devotee. It is recorded within the soul, isn't it? True devotees are always merciful. And this is why they are afraid of performing sinful actions. True devotees are always merciful, and this is why they are afraid of performing any sinful actions. They are not afraid of Father, Bap, but they are afraid of sin, Pap. This is why they are saved from performing sinful actions. It's not fear of God, but it's a fear of sin. So, even on the path of bhakti, They have a fear of sin because that will take them away from God, the one who they love. So they have a fear of the sin, not of the Father, Bab. This is why they're always safe from performing sinful actions. So those who are accurately merciful on the path of knowledge have the power to step away from three things. Those who do not have mercy do know and understands, but they still become influenced by the three things. What are the three things? They are careless, jealous, and dislike. Those who are accurately merciful on the path of knowledge have the power to step away from the three things. Those who do not have a mercy do know and understand, but they still become influenced by the three things. So the thing that makes a difference is mercy. Mercy to save the self from these three things of carelessness, jealousy, and dislike. 90% of the reason for any weakness is these three things. Other day, one brother was sharing. Ravan, what is the difference between Ravan and Maya? Maya agrees with you, agrees with knowledge, everything. But Maya always blocks you from making a decision and also stops you from acting on it and always tries to delay. So, carelessness is a subtle Jnani Maya. You have all the Gyan, but you cannot act on it. You just delay or you just postpone. It does not allow you to act, but it agrees to everything that you say. Yeah, Gyan is good, everything is good. So Baba is also pointing out those who are accurately merciful and those who are not. Those who are accurately merciful on the path of knowledge have the power to step away from these three things, whereas others get influenced, even though they have knowledge. 90% of the reason for any weakness is these three things: careless, jealous, and dislike. Those who are merciful have a pure desire to stay away from the punishment of Dharmaraj, Baba's companion. Just as devotees, due to fear, are not careless, in the same way, because of the love of the Father, Brahmin souls do not become careless due to the sweet fear that they would have to go through the land of Dharmaraj. Love for the Father enables you to step away from that. The mercy in your heart finishes your carelessness. When there are feelings of mercy for the self, then as is that attitude or the awareness, so you automatically become merciful for the whole Brahmin world in the same way. And this is accurate mercy based on knowledge. What is accurate mercy? The mercy in your heart finishes your carelessness. That which finishes the carelessness. When you have a Rahim Dil, even you have a merciful feeling for the self, what does it mean? The vritti, attitude, and the awareness, smriti and vritti, So you automatically become merciful for the whole Brahmin world in the same way. What you do for yourself, you also use the same approach for the whole family. And this is accurate mercy based on knowledge. Mercy without knowledge can sometimes create a loss. But mercy based on knowledge does not allow feelings of jealousy or dislike for any soul to emerge in the heart. Together with mercy based on knowledge, there is also the intoxication of the spirituality of the self. There isn't simply mercy, but there is a balance between mercy and spiritual intoxication, nasha, ruhani nasha. This is because if it isn't mercy based on knowledge, if it is ordinary mercy, there is then the possibility of becoming influenced by that soul, whether in the form of attachment or a weakness. You must not even become impressed. You should not have dislike or become impressed. Because you, including your body, mind, and intellect, are already impressed by Baba. So try to see the nuances that Baba is pointing out here. And even mercy also, there are two types. One mercy which is colored by Ruhani Nasha, other mercy which is ordinary. If there is ordinary mercy, oh poor you, you're going through so much, and then you get pulled. Either you get attached or you become weak. So same mercy, knowledge based and also colored with spiritual intoxication. What will that do? It will keep you in balance. It will not take you out of balance. Out of balance is either you dislike or you have jealousy. So, or you get impressed. So, so how not to get too impressed? How not to dislike? How not to feel this jealousy because something else is really good on the other side? How can you manage walk that fine path? So that is where Baba is telling the mercy that is based on Ruhani Nasha and which is based on Gyan. So you should not have dislike or become impressed because you, including your body, mind, and intellect, are already impressed by Baba. Because when you look at Baba and when you look at others who are really out of league, so then you say like, oh, I already got Baba. So there is not that impressive as much as Baba impressed us. So, so it is Gyan based, and along with that, it is our how how much we are deeply involved with Baba, and that Ruhani Nasha can keep us safe in a way from not getting pulled or not getting pushed, not getting pulled into attachment or into the weakness or too impressed either body, mind, or intellect because we are already body, mind, intellect is already fully impressed by Baba. Since the mind and intellect have become impressed by the one, the highest on high, how can they be impressed by anyone else? What would you say if you become impressed by others? Interesting. What would you say if you are impressed by others? To use for yourself that which you have given away is called being dishonest with something you have been entrusted with. Since you have given your mind and intellect away, they do not remain yours that they could be impressed. Have you entrusted them to Baba? Or have you kept half and given half? Those who have given them fully, raise your hands. Or another, what is half and half? What is half of mind? What does it mean? Is there anyone else other than Baba in your mind? What occupies your mind? Or what's on your mind that is sticking to your heart? What is impressing? So Baba is telling, is there half and half going on in your intellect or in your mind? Those who have given them fully, raise your hands. Look, what is the foundation? The great mantra of Brahmin life, Manmanabha, which means full. Your mind is fully given away. So, have you not become Manmanabha? A soul that is merciful on the base of knowledge cannot be impressed by any soul, whether it is because of their virtue or their service or because of attaining some form of cooperation from them. Who gives us cooperation? Nobody but Baba. Due to such a soul having unlimited disinterest, disinterest in a sense, if you actually see in the context of what Baba said, nothing appeals as much. So it is not dislike, it is not pushing away, it is not like, yeah, neutral, very neutral. No push, no pull, it's just neutral. We are in our own world, we just pass through. He does not see anything except Baba's love, his cooperation, and his company. Sneha, Sayog, and Sati. Nothing else enters his intellect. Whose intellect? The one who has become Manmanabha. Nothing else enters his intellect. This soul always has the awareness. What awareness? I wake up with you. I go to sleep with you. I eat with you. I do service with you. I become a karma yoga with you. So what else is left? So if Baba is with us, what's left? Even if he does, even if he does take cooperation from an elevated soul, who is the bestower of that soul? So your attention goes to one above. Who is the bestower of that soul who is cooperating with you? And that is still Baba. So the intellect would only go towards the Father, would it not? Take cooperation, don't reject, accept. But do not forget who the bestower is. Those directions, whose directions do they imbibe to give you cooperation? Srimat is only of the one Father. There is no one else. When an instrument soul reminds you of Baba's Srimat, it is not said to be Srimat of that soul, but that soul is following Baba's Srimat. When an instrument soul reminds you of Baba's Srimat, it is not said to be the Srimat of that soul, but that soul is following Father's Srimat and reminding others to follow it too. Instrument souls and elevated souls will never say, follow my directions. My directions are Srimat. They remind you of Srimad once again. This is called accurately taking cooperation and giving cooperation. So you can see how Baba is navigating through this fine thread of not getting attached, not get sticky. So, but at the same time, work together, cooperate together, have love, but we are not sticky. So, this is called accurately taking cooperation and giving cooperation. It is not said to be Srimat of Didi or Dadi. They become instruments and remind you of the power of Srimat. This is why you must never be impressed with any soul. If you are impressed with anyone in any respect, whether it is because of the praise of that one's name, that one's beauty or speciality, your intellect will become trapped due to attachment and being impressed. Then, if your intellect becomes trapped, there cannot be the flying stage. You can even become impressed with yourself. So, what will happen if you become impressed with ourselves? The arrogance kicks in. There is an ego. There is a we start settling down for less. We start limiting ourselves. You can even become impressed with yourself. My intellect is very good, planning intellect. My knowledge is very clever. No one else can do service in the way that I can. I have an inventive intellect. I am virtuous. Do not become impressed with yourself in this way. You have specialities, you have a planning intellect, but who made you an instrument for service? Did you know what service is? This is why, for self progress, it is necessary to be merciful accurately on the basis of knowledge. How to put things into perspective, how to relate to our own goodness or others' goodness in the context of the truth is more important. And accordingly, have mercy. Then both jealousy and dislike will finish. The main reason for the lack of fast speed is this: jealousy, dislike, or becoming impressed by others or by yourself. The fourth thing you heard: carelessness. This happens anyway. It will happen. We will become ready on time. This is carelessness. Bapdada had told you something amusing previously too. The far-sightedness of the Brahmin soul is very clear, but your near sight is a little weak. This is why the weakness of the others are seen very quickly, whereas your own weaknesses are not seen, are seen later. So let's take a pause here. And try to see how Baba is helping to navigate this very tricky path. And you can see even others get trapped in this Maya Jal. The Maya Jal is either to get impressed or not impressed or dislike or like. There is no neutral gear. There's always push, pull, like, dislike, or judgmental, not only for the others, even for ourselves. Because we have our own past, right? So Baba is bringing this uh, the whole new tool of mercy, knowledge-based mercy, and that too. And Baba also giving clarity around how bhagats have mercy and how knowledgeful souls have mercy, and how bhagat souls stay safe by having a fear of pap, not fear of Baba. And Baba is bringing how Gyan how Agyan can take, or how Pap or sin can take one away from Baba. And Baba is making everything very neutral, uh, without any stigma. And Baba says like it is not, with reference to Gyan. And Baba is also clarifying the context of when do we get impressed, when we look at speciality of others, how do we navigate. As it's very beautifully explained. So let's take a minute and observe the self free from all the influences. Influence of the past, influence of the future, influence of the others. And observe the self free from the influence of Maya, all the four forms of Maya: carelessness, laziness, dislike, jealousy. Each one of these Maya's force has a grip on us. Observe the self free from all of this and observe how it feels. Observe how it feels to be very neutral. No wanting, needing, no anticipation, no expectations. You're already home, already there. And observe how as you become free from all the influences, it's natural to be a point. No effort, no process. And how easy it is to stay with Baba in Manmana Baba stage. How easy it is to become Manmana Baba. Observe. Observe all of these four forces of Maya. Observe how it feels to be free from this, free from the influences of all of these four forces. Observe how it feels and observe the strength that comes And this is what Baba is referring to having mercy for the self. Feeding this neutral stage, empowering the soul, is what Baba is referring to as have mercy for the self. So, what I do for myself will do for Baba's family, Brahmin family, and for all the Bhagas, those who are Agyanis also. So, try to observe how it feels to be free from influence. Observe what you're exercising. And that is what Baba is referring to as mercy based on Gyan. See it not just as a concept, as a model, as a possibility. Feel it. Feel that vairagya vritti, behad ka vairag vritti that comes from this practice of uninfluenced stage, what Baba is referring to as mercy. Om Shanti. Beautiful Murli. So, any thoughts, Miss Girijaben?
Om Shanti, Vrishabha, long time. The Murli, is actually two parts. The first part, I was little when Baba, I felt when he comes, he looks at only we children. But when I saw the second line, even the whole world are his children. And those children, he's saying they don't recognize him, they don't need him, and their mind and intellect calls to the dharmatmas, and they don't know the father, and or maybe even they call to their ishtadev. But even to such souls, Baba is telling we children who are his cooperative companions, his arms, he's saying, you become instruments for mercy. So Baba has chosen us. But when we give, see, giving mercy is something which we think as if we are the owner and we are donating. Here Baba is saying, no, there is only one bestower. No one else can be the bestower. Like even yesterday's Murli, I think Baba said, Baba is only one who can bring peace in the world. No one else can bring that peace. So here again, that word bestower is one. Only one. So he's asking us to show mercy. So we have to see, other than the Brahmin family, are we really giving mercy for all those people? And that mercy should be from the heart. And he's saying mercy also for unknown souls. I didn't understand even that unknown souls. But what, just one sentence, if you could, if you have time or even you got tomorrow, you can explain. Bap Dada is saying, if there is any weakness in the original elevated nature and samskars, the last line in the first paragraph, then the mercy in your heart will enable you to have disinterest in weakness. How that can be? If my original nature and samskars, there are weakness, and I have mercy in my heart, how that will enable me to see to have disinterest in weakness?
So I think in Hindi it might be cleaner. The thing, I think the words have been jumbled up here. So how,
Yeah, it's told that.
yeah. So how I'm reading this thing is, see, so we have our original elevated nature, right? So we are not fully there, right? There is some weakness, there is some shortcome, there is some gap, right? So have mercy that you were this, you are not that now, right? So because I have a desire to get back here, I will have a disinterest in whatever is stopping me from getting here. And that is weakness. The disinterest of the weakness. Why will I let go of that? Because I love this. And what is a mercy? Mercy is like, oh, poor you, you deserve this. What is stopping you from having this? This weakness. So then have mercy on this guy, this part of us, that will enable us to have disinterest. Vairag means like free yourself from the influence of the weakness.
Disinterest in weakness of my old samskar or in the self.
So see,
Disinterest in what?
yeah. So disinterest is nothing but that anything that is stopping me from becoming who I am, and that is this.
Old samskars.
Anything that is stopping me from being who I am, that is my original nature and sanskaras. That is weakness. Whatever that is. It is
Hmm.
laziness or carelessness or doubt, whatever that thing is, stopping me from being who I am. So have
Correct.
mercy on this guy, one who is capable of all of this thing. And the mercy
Hmm.
is also redefined. Not this, oh, poor you. No, mercy is based on gyan based. Dude, you are that. You are capable of that. You have all of that thing. And then it is not just affirmations, but take a pause and observe how it feels to be uninfluenced by all of these shortcomings. Or, in other words, take a pause and then see how it feels to be you, this you, original nature and original sanskars. Feel it, and then that will pull us through. In other words, more we are leaning towards our original sanskaras, naturally we are moving away from something that is stopping us from being ourselves. And in other words, that is what Baba is telling, Vairagya Vritti, Vairag for the shortcomings. So it is like if you are leaning towards that, other thing automatically happens. Vairag for weakness automatically happens. Or if don't have mercy on this, then more I will be leaning towards weakness. So it is like Baba is telling, you can easily let go of your shortcomings by leaning more on to our original elevated nature and sanskaras. And that's how I am reading this sentence. Yeah, cool. So anyone else would like to add any comments, questions, thoughts?
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. It's a wonderful movie, and it's a very it's a merciful. That's Baba's first saying that's drishti filled with mercy. It's a
Hmm.
very when we have a drishti with filled with mercy, then we can feel that uh, that so that is the feeling first of all, and second, I got the honest insight that when we have a mercy, we are we afraid of performing sinful actions. So this is also wonderful things. We can't become a carelessness. So there should not be any carelessness and jealousy, dislikes, and the impression impressed with others. So these four things. And another important Baba aspect, so Baba sleep with us, does do service with us,
Hmm.
and also must eat with us, walk with us. So So how can we cannot become a carelessness? There should not be in carelessness. So how means it's important. So that I got very means. So there is always in a mercy in our heart.
Mm.
And when this mercy, when we have the mercy in our heart, and we feel that, so we can see we first see weakness of ourselves, not others. If if not having mercy, then we can't see the weakness of self.
Mm.
We understand that we easily look at the weakness of others, but can't see the weakness of self. So that important point I got. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Community. Yeah.
It's
And
really.
and disinterest is disinterest of weakness. It's
Mm.
a very important thing. Mercy in your heart will enables you have disinterest in weakness.
Mm.
So that is a punchline is very important. A vairagya in disinterest in weakness. That is a game. Om Shanti.
Mm. Yeah, it's really interesting how Baba shifts our attention. See, most of the time when we are in Lauki, before coming to Gyan, our attention was more on the physical level. Oh, have Vairag for this, like mostly at the action level. So now Baba is taking our attention like, yeah, definitely you got to do what you have to do, but what making you do what you are doing? And then Baba brings our attention to one layer deeper, closer, which is our thoughts, which is our feelings, which is our influences. And then Baba is working at that subtle level. Uh, it's very interesting, huh? Yeah, very interesting. Vinod Bhai, you want to add something?
Harsha bhai.
Basically,
Yeah, go ahead, Vinod.
yeah, whether one is well or one is weak, both attributed to Baba, then the journey continues. Yeah, that's what. Om Shanti.
Mm. Attributed to Baba's remembrance, right? It is still weaknesses or virtues are ours, but what makes us weak or what makes us virtuous and powerful is how much we remember Baba, right? Yeah. Yes, Takibe.
Harsha bhai, can you a bit elaborate in a minute's time the point where Baba says that have mercy on yourself and mercy on others? Any practice that you would like to share on this?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So one quickly is how I treat myself is how am I going to treat others. So in other words, we are not angels yet. Definitely, we have our own shortcomings. How I am dealing with my own weaknesses, if I see weakness in others, I will treat them exactly how I treated my weaknesses. So, Baba is telling, like, first have mercy on yourself and then deal with your own weakness. So, then when you see the weakness in others, so you will use love and compassion to guide them out of their own weaknesses. So I see the big part of how we have mercy on others is how we have mercy on ourselves. This is how I treat myself is how I am going to treat others. Valerie. Yeah. We can deep dive into it.
Yeah, let's deep
Harsha
dive
bhai,
like on Monday. Yeah,
time is running out, I know, Harsha bhai, but you have to, when you come to the next class, how does mercy finish jealousy? Mercy through knowledge. How does it finish jealousy? How does it finish dislike? And see, Baba forgot his maths. First he said three and then it became four. How does mercy finish that impression on souls? And the fourth one, carelessness. A little if later in the next class before you go ahead, if you can do. As what Rakib asked, if you see in the last line, if you we don't look at our own weakness. So if we change that vision of the
Mm.
last line, then that mercy on self and mercy on others would be okay. But we need some more churning from you on this three, if it is okay with Rakhi Ben, in our next class.
Yeah, we have time. Yeah.
Yeah, we have enough time. We'll do that on Monday. Harshabhai, in the interest of time, let's move on a short meditation and continue on Monday.
Cool. So make yourself very comfortable. Not only your body, but also your mind. Make yourself very comfortable in your stage. The stage, which is stable. Make yourself very comfortable in the stage that is eternal, does not change with time. Make your heart very comfortable. In the company of that which is always there, always will be there, and is with you right now. Make your heart very comfortable. Make yourself very comfortable. Make yourself at home in this eternal home. Very peaceful, very stable, very healing, and very fulfilling. Feel. Feel your point form. Feel the sense of abundance by becoming nobody in this physical world, and you become everything in the other side. You go beyond this physical and you become everything. Full of virtues, full of powers, full of love, all connections, all relations, always blessed, always loved, always will be. Have a comfortable rest of the day and the weekend. We'll see you again on Monday. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Harshabhai. Thank you, Divine Family. Have a wonderful day, and we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.